Hi, Mike Kennedy with you. There's this channel I enjoy watching, Woman Hiker. It's called Homemade Wanderlust. And one of the videos that she did recently was really interesting. And just to kind of set the background of this, she started having, here she is, exercising, doing all of these trails and different things through hiking, where you're out, for multiple days. And she starts having physical problems. And so she's going through this long thing with doctors. I think she's tried some alternate, medicine type things and regular doctors and just all this stuff, because all of a sudden she's really tired all the time and all these other symptoms. So one of the things she gets diagnosed with is sleep apnea, which, if you've watched my videos about it, I have also. So, she starts using, of course, one of the machines, the positive air pressure machines that basically obstructive sleep apnea means there's something in you that blocks the airflow at certain times. And what happens is your body needs a certain amount of oxygen. And when this apnea comes, when you aren't breathing, that level will go down. And then your body says, oh no, it's time to wake up. But it never quite, wake up is here, so it never quite gets to wake, but it gets to a high enough point so that you breathe again. Then you go down and you have that cycle again. So, she's a hiker. She gets a, ResMed has this smaller unit you can buy, and with the idea that it's for traveling. And she ends up getting 2 batteries to go with it, so she plans to be out and use this, during the nights while she's sleeping. And she starts experiencing fairly dramatic problems. And she decides to take she basically has one of the Spot devices that you can it allows you to text, but it also has a button where you just press. This one was made by Garmin. I'm not sure if it was called a Spot or not, but anyway, she presses the button and to be rescued. So basically, the video shows you what happens when you push one of those buttons. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of the details, of course, so you should watch the video. She does talk about how much the rescue costs, too. So that's an interesting part of it. And in fact, you can get trail insurance to actually help pay for the rescue, or some part of it. Now, some places won't charge you for a rescue, and some places will, and then some places have a policy of if you don't have to pay for it if you weren't doing something stupid. In other words, if you set yourself off in a situation where you were bound to have problems, then you have to pay for it. I know when we were watching my wife and I were watching the ranger shows when they were doing the Maine forest rangers, wardens, sorry. They had this one case where these 9 people from Bronx, New York or something came up, decided to climb a mountain. So they're in, just the regular street clothes. They don't have anything special for their feet and everything. And so they go up this mountain. There's a clear sign saying, don't go this way. They go this way. And eventually they all have to be rescued. And that was considered, basically that you created the situation through negligence. They weren't prepared to spend the night there, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so they will send them a bill. So one thing I want to mention is, so she uses the breathing machine one night, but then she's having all these problems. She's having heart problems, as she calls. And so, like I say, it will go into all the things that happen when you do something like that. I'm going to mention one thing that I thought was interesting. Of course, you call a helicopter or something for rescue, depending on where you are, what's going to happen, I guess. But then the helicopter has to find you. And we forget sometimes that a GPS location can be not as precise as we want it to be, put it that way. So that we're used to seeing our driving thing and the cursor being exactly where you are, but really that's pinning it to that road, because it can assume that your car most likely isn't driving through the woods. So there's certain thing in which that your car GPS look more accurate than they are, because they know there's a road there and they put you in the road. But anyway, so she has to draw attention to herself. So she's waving the tent. You know, she's taking the tent down or something, and she's waving it. But she mentioned this idea of the survival blanket. She said she had wished she had thought about this, because she has some, that she would have opened this up and waved it at the, and that would have made a really good sign to show where she was for the helicopter. And she even mentioned she didn't have one of these little mirror things, the survival type mirrors, signal mirrors, SOS mirrors. She thought, and she was even thinking, well, I don't know how to work those. You could learn, of course. But the alternate of having a space blanket, because space blankets typically are kind of crinkled when you take them out, and that actually can be an advantage, because if you were waving that in the sun and you knew the direction the helicopter is coming, that surface will reflect brightly in a number of different directions, so you wouldn't have to be precise with it. So I just thought that was interesting, and I'll put a link below that will get you to that particular video of what happened to her when she pressed the rescue button on the Garmin rescue type device. Bye.